सहनो सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ last week we took Vijay Vignarajam, correct?
Yes.
Vijay Vignarajam Vinayak. I'll give you those tunes again afterwards, don't worry. Today we'll just see this Shanmukam Bhaja Shanmukam. So we have in Anekatti ashram, we have a small hillock in the ashram premises itself where the Subramania temple is there. Subramania, most of us know here, in Malaysia and South India, everybody knows. In North India, it's possible that they might need to be given a refresher in the memory. Subramania is actually Ganesha's younger brother. So he has got so many names. He has got the names of Subramania, Muruga, Kartikeya. Kartik is a very popular name in Bengal, West Bengal. And they're all very acquainted with Lord Subramania because when they do the Durga Puja during the Navaratri time in October, that time they have this, the idols of Durga and Mahishasura. She's killing that Mahishasura with a spear or something. She kills him. And beside her are Ganesha and Subramanya. Then I believe there is also Saraswati, Ma Saraswati and Lakshmi also sometimes they have. But Subramanya is there. So they are all acquainted with Subramanya. Subramanya is very, very, very popular in our South Indian this one. But again, there are some people who don't I won't say they don't care for him, but then they worship him less than other deities, like that. So therefore, that's how it is Subramanya. We have the Subramanya temple in our ashram, which was built along with our Dakshinamurti temple. And as soon as that was built, Swamiji used to get people from the village and all that, people used to come and do kirtan and all that. Then he decided that he himself is going to do one kirtan. In fact, he did this before that itself. Shanmukam Bhaja Shanmukam was composed by him before our ashram temple came up. So Shanmukam Bhaja Shanmukam. Shanmukam is the six-faced Lord. So Mukha is face, Shan is six. So Shat Mukha becomes Shanmukha because of certain grammar rules and all. Shanmukam, Bhaja Shanmukam. Bhaja means may you worship. May you worship. Bhaja Shanmukam, may you worship. Bhaje means I worship. Bhajema means we worship. So Bhaja means may you worship. Shanmukam, Bhaja Shanmukam. Sarvagam. He's Sarvagam because he is of the nature of Satchidananda Brahma, so therefore he is Sarvagam. He is there everywhere. So his essential nature is that he is formless. So from that form, all forms come. So therefore, we don't look upon Subramanya as being different from Brahma or being different from Ishvara. So it's all Subramanya also is a form of the Lord, and we look upon him as the Lord itself. So therefore, Sarvagam, he is everywhere, being formless or being of the nature of Ishvara, he is everywhere, all pervading. Sarvagam means all pervading. Sarvagam Shikhivahanam. Shikhivahanam, he has got this, his vehicle is peacock, Shikhivahanam. Although he is all pervading, he still has got this vehicle. Shikhivahanam, Sarvagam Shikhivahanam. So even though he is all pervasive, he's got this vehicle, Shikhivahanam. And so therefore, may you worship Shanmukham. Why? So for that, the line says there, Ummochana Pramochanaya. For freedom from total samsara, total freedom from samsara. Total freedom from samsara, may you worship this Lord. Because he is not just one Rupa, he is actually a teacher of Brahma Vidya also, as will be unfolded in the coming words later on, the words that come later. Shanmukham Bhaja Shanmukham Unmochana Pramochanaya. So Unmochana Pramochanaya is for freedom from samsara. Freedom from, and what type of freedom? Permanent freedom, total freedom. So once this moksha is accomplished, then there is no coming back. Moksha is accomplished, there is no coming back from anywhere. So there is this it's a permanent abode, because it is something which is already accomplished, and it is something which is not displaceable. So Sarvagam Atma is not displaceable, and that Sarvagam Atma is your own essential nature, because you are also of the nature of consciousness. You are conscious of the body, you are conscious of your prana, you are conscious of all your 5 indriyas. All these indriyas work because of consciousness, because of the order, because of the inbuilt order of the creation in consciousness. So therefore, your pranas work, your sharira works. Sharira has got a shelf life, but then it works as long as the shelf life is there. Prana keeps running the body. So prana is the part of the Sukshma Sharira. Okay? Sukshma Sharira. So the prana keeps running the body, and then there are other important components of the physical body, which are all your indriyas, 5 indriyas, jnana indriyas, 5 karma indriyas. And these are all used by you, and then these all, what do they do? These karma indriyas and jnana indriyas are dictated to by the mind, and they act outside of the world, and they also report back things. They report back things to the mind. So eyes report forms and colors, ears reports all sound, tongue reports all taste, nose reports all smell. Like that, these and sparshendriya, the sense organ of touch, gives the feedback of rough and smooth, then hot and cold and all that. So that the 5 senses are there, and all these 5 senses, they all report to the mind, and the mind collects the information. After mind collects the information, then it forms sankalpa. Like, the mind sees, suppose if you're passing a showroom, and you see a beautiful washing machine or something, and you look at that washing machine, and then you just look at it a little bit more keenly from outside the showroom, and then you pass away, walk away. Then again you come back. When you come back again, when you are seeing that machine attracts you. Like that, you see half a dozen times, then your mind gives sankalpa. We should have this washing machine. Then the buddhi will decide. The buddhi, depending on your economic situation, will decide yes or no. Or buddhi will also decide this on the basis of whether you need it or not. So like that, the buddhi is the nishchayatmika buddhi. All these things are there. And then in buddhi, all the knowledge is also there. Whatever knowledge you have gathered so far, whatever you have studied, all that knowledge also is there in the buddhi. And plus you have another faculty called memories. So the memories are all there. So memories are recalled when you need them. All this is there, and then there is this ahankara. Ahankara means the I sense, I notion, not I, but I notion. Because he thinks that he is this much. I notion, he thinks that he is this much. So there is this ahankara, and that ahankara, all these things are all where are they? They are all there, they are all illumined by consciousness. They are all lighted up by consciousness. That consciousness is Lord Shanmukha, Shanmukham Bhaja Shanmukha, and is Lord, and Sarvaga, it is limitless. Atma is limitless, Sarvaga, it is limitless, infinite it is, and so therefore the Lord, and that is your essential nature. That is why it is already an accomplished. It's already accomplished. So it is what? It is actually Siddha Vastu. Brahma is called Siddha Vastu. Atma is Siddha Vastu. But then still what happens, even though it is a Siddha Vastu, I don't know. So I'm left seeking. All the time I keep on seeking. And this seeking, because I have this I notion. I notion means I have this limitation. I think that I'm Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. I think I'm this body only. I think I'm this of this complexion. I'm dark, I'm tall, I'm short, I'm fat, I'm lean. All these things are there. And then I'm also incomplete. So I have got my own complaints about my physical body. So I don't accept my body as it is. I don't accept my mind as it is. I don't accept my intellect as it is. I don't accept my capacities as they are. I don't accept my talent. A lot of things are given to us. Oh, I wish I had more. Oh, I wish I had more. Like that, this goes on. And so therefore, in trying to accomplish all these wants, your samsara, you live a life of samsara. Samsara means what? Samsara means a life of constant becoming, and there is no end to this constant becoming. So since there is no end to this constant becoming, so therefore this samsara is actually a big chakra. So chakram. You keep on going up and down, birth and death, birth and death, and like that we keep on going. So therefore, from this, every human being wants freedom, but they don't know. We don't know that this freedom is what we want. So we have to be made aware of. So there is a teaching tradition which makes you aware of the fact that you are not going to keep quiet till you become totally free from a sense of becoming. Till you become totally free from a life of constant becoming, you are not going to be happy. So when you know that, then you know that is the time you identify your mumukshutvam. You have got, everybody is a mumukshu. Actually, when you see, everybody is a mumukshu, but that mumukshutvam is identified when you get exposure to the facts. To the facts that make you small, that make you limited, that make you cry, that give you dukkha, that give you sukha, and all the sukha, dukkha, and all that, it comes and goes. All these things when you experience slowly, when you wake up to this is what things are for me, I'm not happy about it, and then you also get exposure to the ways of samsara. So when some teacher comes and explains, or when you read a book or whatever it is, so this is called apatata jnana. So apatata jnana means general knowledge is there. I want to be free. But I don't know where. So some people say that you have to go to heaven to be free. Some people say, so therefore we all confuse moksha with heaven. We think that moksha is a place to go. Actually, it is not a place to go. So therefore, it is already an accomplished fact. So since it is an accomplished fact, therefore the word he used here is Unmochana Pramochanaya, for becoming completely free, from totally becoming free, because you already are free from samsara. But then we have to know. That means what? You need to have exposure to this teaching and knowledge. So therefore, the Swamiji wrote this thing. He says, Unmochana Pramochanaya. May you become free. May you be free totally from samsara. May you get total freedom from samsara. Then who is he? Then the next, the verse says something about the Lord. So Sharavana Bhava Vibhavam. So Sharavana Bhava is actually one who, Bhava is one who appeared, one who is born, or one who is appeared. He appeared where? He appeared in the bamboo forest. So there are some trees, there are some stories, Purana stories are there, where the Lord took place where the Lord's birth took place in the bamboo forest. So there is where he was born. So therefore Sharavana is bamboo. So therefore Sharavana Bhava, Vana is forest, and then the Sharavana Bhava is born there. The one who came up there, the one who took existence in the physical form there. Sharavana Bhava Vibhavam. Vibhavam means the glorious one, the Lord. The glorious one, the Lord, the all-knowing, the all-pervading, the one who has all strength, all intelligence. So he manifested himself in a physical form in the forest of bamboos. Saravana Bhava, Vibhavam. So Vibhavam Bhaja, may you worship him. The Bhaja, that word should go with all the other nouns here. So one of this is this Sarvagam. Sarvagam means he is all pervading. Then Shikivahanam means he has got the peacock Vahanam. Then Unmochana Pramochanaya is for the sake of. Why do you want this? Why do you want to bhaja? Why do you want to seek Lord Subramanya? Because I want to be free. Unmochana Pramochanaya, totally free from samsara. Who is he? Sharavana Bhava Vibhavam. He is the one who is the glorious one, who as the Lord, he manifested himself in a form in the forest for such certain reasons were there for that. There are stories and all that. He had to slay a few asuras and all that. Tarakasura and so many asuras are there. So he had to slay them all. And then that Tarakasura had all funny sort of bones. Very, very funny sort of bones. So he had to be only the one who is just born within 5 days or within 6 days or whatever, he alone could slay him. Like that, some boon he had. And so that boon had to be fulfilled. So when Subramanya was there, when he fought him and the Asura got slain, Subramanya was not more than 6 days old. Some people have problem with this. How can a 6-day-old child do all this thing? But that is Ishvara Vibhuti. So we have to, in Ishvara's Vibhuti, in Ishvara's Maya, everything is possible. Lot of things are possible. The sun is possible, water is possible, rain is possible, earth is possible, growth of crops is possible, food is possible. Then from there you have this, you eat the food and then you have you get a physical body. That's all possible. The body can give rise to, the food can give rise to physical body. That is possible. Then the body can grow by food. Lot of things are there. Lot of marvels are there in this creation which we don't pay heed to. Yesterday I had been for one music festival. There's a music festival which happens every year in Calcutta. So this year it had to be postponed because of the pandemic, COVID and all that. And the person who hosts this musical conference, he actually comes to our classes. So he's our class student, Gita class student. So he always, every year he calls me there and I go and just be there. Because I'm also a music fan, So like that, I like all music. South Indian music I like, classical music I like, North Indian music I like. I like all the types of music. So, in fact, listening to all this music only I grew up. Listening to film music only I grew up. But doesn't matter. Now today when I have this vision, that from the formless everything comes. From the formless everything comes. All the forms come from the formless. All the noises come from silence. All the noises come from the silence. all the shabda, all the shabda comes from silence. All the shabda, all the words also come from the alphabets. And where do the alphabets come from? Alphabets means all those letters and all that. Where do they come from? They come from basically Om. So we're going to talk about Om, which is going to come now a little later. In the same song it comes. So Om is a shabda which has got A, U, and Ma. Okay, and that A, U, and Ma is the basic. Is the basics of all the letters. Is the fundamental form of all the letters. All the letters can be resolved into that Om, and all the letters come from that Om. So we will see that a little later. But so therefore, the form from the sound, all the sounds come from that same truth, and that same every form comes from that, every sound comes from that, every word comes from that, every knowledge comes from that, all knowledge comes from that. And what is that Om? Om is of the nature of consciousness. Om is of the nature of consciousness, which is your own essential nature. So that Om is there, and then so therefore all the music also comes from this silence. Words come from silence. Speech comes from silence. Everything comes from silence. Sound comes from silence. So therefore, silence. You should just think about this a little bit if you can. You'll do a little homework. Silence is not something which you can listen, which your ears pick up. Okay, silence is not something picked up by your ears. Your ears are designed to hear only noise. Your ears are designed only to decipher or to interpret noises, various noises, what type of noise and all that. And not one type of noise. Atma is sarvagaha. Sarvagaha means Atma is everywhere. And so Atma gives you the scope. Atma, Satchidananda Atma gives you the scope to hear so many different sounds and also differentiate all of them. So many sounds are there, you can differentiate all of them. So many tastes are there. All those tastes can be differentiated by the tongue. That capacity the tongue gets from the Atma, from Ishvara. Atma means Ishvara. And it gets the capacity to identify all smells. So all this comes from the Nirguna Atma. That is what is Nirguna. Nirguna means what? Nirguna means it doesn't have an attribute of its own, but every attribute becomes possible in it. So silence is something which is all the time there. And when noise comes, when sound comes, then what happens? The sound comes in silence, and it is unable to displace the silence. Silence cannot be displaced. Only noise you can hear the noise, or you can hear the sound, you can hear the musical notes, but it doesn't displace the silence. Silence is always there. Formless is always there. Formless is always there. The basis of all the words, that is always there. Om is always there. So therefore, that is how we have to understand this truth. And this truth is what I was telling yesterday. And there was one man who was very impressed by this. He was very happy when he heard this. When I said that all sounds come from silence, he was very happy. Then I told, and everything, not only sound, everything comes from talent, comes from him. Talent comes from that consciousness, which is Ishvara, which manifests itself as in the world of names and forms. It manifests itself. So everything comes from that. And your talent, all of you are going to render songs tomorrow, and all of you are going to, today I said, yesterday this was. All of you are going to sing, all of you are going to sing before the audience. All of you are classical musicians. You have spent a lot of time, you have spent a lot of your precious time, you have spent a lot of practice you have done. It has become something like an upasana for you, for every musician, for every classical musician. It is a full-time pursuit. They all the time, early morning, you'll get up and start practicing. They do nothing really except singing. Why? Because that is their life for them. That's a life. So therefore, their life, they have a commitment. Like that, we also have a commitment. What is our commitment? Our commitment is to moksha. So therefore, let every action of ours, may every action of ours lead us to pursue moksha. Every action of ours, may it be favorable for us to pursue moksha. So like that for them also, may so all the sound, all the practice, whatever they do, that actually makes them bring out the best of, and when, how does that come? It comes when they are completely lost, their ahankara is quiet at that time, and the ahankara is just sitting quietly, the buddhi is there, and the throat is producing the sounds, and then it comes out. Where does the sound come from? How do they have studied all that, all right, but at the right time, these nuances of music, they present themselves in their mind, and the mind forces the throat to bring out all this. Not talk so much, of course, there. Now I am talking to you. There I could not talk up so much because the musicians are all waiting. Everybody will be restless. So if we exceed a few minutes, then they'll start fidgeting. So I quickly told them this, that sound comes from silence. They were all very astounded by that. That's good, actually. The sound is something you cannot hear. You cannot hear. Sorry, sound you can hear. Silence is something which you cannot hear. I'm sorry. Silence is something which you cannot hear. Sound you can hear. But silence you cannot hear. But how do you recognize silence? How do you recognize silence? Have you ever thought of it any time? You think you should think of it. Do some homework. Silence is actually recognized by you because you are silence. Your Swarupa is silence. That is why everybody knows silence. Although we do not know that our Swarupa is silent, but when it is silence, and that is why we are able to recognize silence. Silence can never be displaced by noise. Noise can be displaced. One note can displace another note, but silence cannot be displaced. So it's a very important thing to, when we analyze, when we study Vedanta, then we try to analyze all these things. Lot of things are there. Why this person acts like this? Why that person act like that? So many things are there. Gunas are there. Everything is there in this creation. The gunas, different combination of gunas, they make you act in this particular manner. They make you according to your own likes and dislikes, according to your own raga dveshas, you act in this world, and you accomplish whatever you want. So if you want to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish, if you follow dharma, then it is clean action, punya action, good. But suppose if I want to, suppose if I resort to adharma to fulfill my likes and dislikes, then I get papa. So this is what the Lord had said in the Gita also. It said, Sadasat Yoni Janmasu, this person jayate, abhijayate, this person is born. What different types of yonis? Sad yoni and asad yoni. Sad yoni means what? Sad yoni means punya yoni. Bodies generated out of punya. Bodies generated out of good karma. And papa is what? Papa is something which is adharma action, and body is generated by adharma also, you will get phalam. So those bodies are all what? They are all called papa yonis. Like, papa yonis means thavara yoni, like tree. It cannot move out anywhere. Tree cannot move anywhere. Stone cannot move. And lot of things are there. Stone, don't worry about stone, but tree is a living being. So tree is like that. Stone doesn't have any, stone has consciousness, but it cannot express itself because it doesn't have a sukshma sharira. It doesn't have a sukshma sharira. I'm giving you total Vedanta. Where is the song? Song will come, don't worry. But this is something we need to understand. So my job is not only to give you the tune, but also to give you the vision along with the song. But this opportunity we don't get anywhere. This is all pure Vedanta songs, and there are others also. There are other poets and all who have written songs like this, like Sadashiva Brahmendra and all. They have written songs like this. But this is something unique, and we are in touch with Swamiji, and we were all the time with him, and so we knew what were the circumstances that made him bring out this in this form of words and music. He himself was a very, very talented musician. Not musician, he could sing very well. Excellent voice he had. And anything he would have done, if he had taken up business, if he had taken up singing, if he had taken up something else, he would have always shined in all those walks of life. But fortunately for us, we had our grace, and so therefore he was available to us to give this Vedanta, to give this, to unfold this truth to us in this particular manner, to give us spoon feeding. He had actually fed us, spoon feeding he did. So this is just amazing for us. So this is how the whole thing is. And he had the ability to sing and all that very well, and he used to tune all these things. And he could not. Then later on, what happened? Then later on, he discovered that there are people who could polish all these things, present it properly, and then it became popular. That is why he first chose Maharajapuram Santanam to sing his songs. So I was a little bit angry at that time. Why Swamiji is giving this man like that? So, but then he not only he is not the reason he gave him was because he was very popular at that time, and he was also now also is popular, although he is no more now, but he's very popular. He's got a fantastic voice, and he's got a very good sense of music. He composed all the some of the tunes which he composed it beautifully, and then when he rendered it, then what happened? Then it became popular like that. This Bo Shambho. Bo Shambho is a pop song now. Go Shambhu, the one he sang in Revati. I taught you all in Kannada. I taught you all the ragam in which I taught you that song. Go Shambhu, Shiva Shambhu, Svebho. That was in Kannada. Shambhu, Shiva Shambhu, Svebho. He changed it to Revati ragam. Swamiji didn't object to it. Oh, Shambho, Shiva Shambho, Swambho. I'll teach you that also later on. It's a very good tune. But now all of us have come to like it. First, originally I didn't like it. But now after hearing it so many times, I also like that tune also is very good. And it became so popular that everybody in South India, including Telugu and Andhra Pradesh, all the Andhra Pradesh people, all the Telugu speaking people, all the Kannada speaking people, the Tamil speaking people, Malayalam speaking people, everybody knows now. All the Nadaswaram players, they sing in the weddings and all that. When I asked them, one man was playing that song. I just stood and listened to him. He played it very well. And after that song was over, I asked him, do you know who sung that? What is this song? He said, I know. Bo Shambho it is. So he knows that the song is Bo. When I asked him, do you know who's written that song? Then he said, no, I don't know. So then I told him who has written that song. Then he asked me afterwards, what is there in that song? Because he doesn't understand the meaning. It's all Sanskrit. No? So briefly, I told him what this song was. Then he was very happy. Then he gave me his CD. Swami, CD vechikungo. Not CD vechikungo. So nice, it was nice gesture. But what I'm trying to say is that people, it became so popular. Then later on, when I reflected upon it, I found that it is a good thing after all that happened because he chose to give it to these accomplished singers. What happened? His songs became very popular. So and then these songs are all got full of Vedanta in it. It is like studying a text. It is like studying one Upanishad, or it is like studying one Prakarana Grantha. It is like that. So much of subject matter is there in the verses, in the words. So that is how it is. So therefore, that is very important to understand this thing. So then Sharavana Bhava Vibhavam, then Shrita Jana Sevita Charanam. So Shrita Jana means all the created beings. They worshipped him. So his feet are what? His feet are those worshipped by Shrita Jana, all the created people. Okay, so he's the one who is, or you can say that he is the one who has been he worshipped by all those people who surrendered to him. Shrita Jana Sevita Charanam. Shrita Jana also can be there, but Shrita Jana is written, so they have all surrendered to him. That means they have sought refuge in Lord Subramania. Shrita, Ashrita. So they have all surrendered to the Lord, and they have served his feet. They have served and they have saluted his lotus feet. So like that, Shrita and Sevita Charanam. So way you worship the one who is Shrita Jana Charanam. Shrita Jana means may those people, Shrita Jana Sevita Charanam. May those people, may you salute him who has been worshipped by all the people, all the people who have taken refuge in him. Okay, so Shrita Jana Sevita Charanam. Then he is Kamadi Shadripu Nidhanam. Who is he? He is the one who vanquishes the sixfold enemy of human being. There are enemies. We all have so many enemies. So who are the enemies? So for that, the Swamiji says here, Kama Adi Shad Ripu, Kama, Krodha, all these things. No? Kama, Krodha, Mada, Moha, Matsaryam and all that. What is this Kama, Krodha, Mada, Moha, Matsaryam? Kama is Shad Ripu, they are called. Kama Adi Shad Ripu Nidanam. Ripu means enemies. Shad Ripu, 6 enemies. Who are the 6 enemies? Kama, Krodha, etc. Kama is desire. Then when the desire is not fulfilled, then we get when the desire is thwarted, then we get angry. Kama krodha. Then lobha. Lobha is what? Lobha is avarice. Lobha is greed. Lobha is lust. Kama krodha, lobha, moha. Moha is total delusion. So when all these things come, then our thinking is gone. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha. Moha is another enemy of human beings. Moha. And then Mada. Mada is arrogance. And then Matsaryam. Matsaryam is jealousy. So seeing another person's development, seeing another person's progress, I look at him and have envy in me. That envy of being envious, being envious of other, jealousy, you know, Matsaryam. Kama, Krodha, Mada, Lobha, Matsaryam. These are the 6 enemies of human being. Kama Adi Shadripu Nidanam. He is the one who helps you to vanquish your Kama, Krodha, Adi 6 enemies. He vanquishes all those 6 enemies for you. So therefore, Kama Adi Shadripu Nidanam. And he is what? Samadhi Veda Gamyam. Samadhi Veda Gamyam. So he is very fond of listening to Sama. And Samaveda also. Samaveda, every Veda has got the knowledge of Brahma, knowledge of Ishvara. So Samaveda also has got it. And in the Samaveda, by listening to the Samaveda or by studying the portions, by analyzing them, by doing Brahma Vichara, Atma Vichara, then you also you reach him, you reach the Lord. So Samaveda the Gamyam. Gamyam means the one who is reached by Samaveda, the knowledge of Samaveda. Kamadi Shadripunadam, who is known through Vedas like Samaveda. Then there is Samadhi Veda Gamyam. Again, then you have the refrain line, Shanmukham Bhaja Shanmukham. Then we have Sarvajana Manoranjakam. Sarvajana Manoranjakam means he is the one who's pleasing. He pleases every heart. He pleases everybody. He makes everyone revel because he is of the nature of Satchidananda. You actually revel in Satchidananda. You like that thing. You like to be accepted. You like to be loved. You like to be free from problems. So all those things are there. That is all the nature of Atma. And so therefore, Sarvajana Manoranjakam. That Atma is the Lord himself. And so therefore, he is Sarvajana Manoranjakam. Means he captivates the hearts of all. He captivates the hearts of all. Then he is Prajnam. Prajnam means he is all-knowing. All knowledge is him. Because all knowledge is in consciousness. And Subramanya looked upon as Parabrahma has got all knowledge in it. So every knowledge is already there. All knowledge is already there. No knowledge is created by human being. All knowledge is in consciousness. What is consciousness? What is knowledge? Knowledge means that which is knowledge. Knowledge is always of what is. Knowledge, you can take down the sentence if you feel like. Knowledge is of what is. Knowledge cannot be of what is not. Knowledge cannot be of what is not. Knowledge can be only of what is. So Prajnam, that knowledge is there, and that knowledge is nothing but it rests in consciousness. Its location is Adhikaranam is consciousness. So therefore that knowledge is always that knowledge is always Ishvaram. Because consciousness is Ishvara, so therefore all knowledge is there in Ishvara. And that knowledge is revealed to you when you tune yourself to that subject matter. When you tune your buddhi to that particular subject matter. You learn electronics, you learn science, you learn physics, you do certain research, and then you tune yourself to that. with constant study in that, then that particular subject matter is revealed to your mind. Why? Because your mind is tuned to receive it. Like that, music also is like that. If you tune your mind to receive the music, you will receive it. Nothing is created by the ahankara. Nothing is created by I. This is what we all should know. All the musicians also should know this. Musicians, artists, and everybody. Nothing is created by me. It is all revealed to me. And when it is revealed to me, you know what happens? That time the ahankara is quietly sleeping. Even now here also, when you are listening to the class, there is no ahankara. If you are listening totally to the words that you are hearing now, then you are totally surrendered. Your ahankara is not asserting itself. Your buddhi is listening to the whole shastra. There is no sense of doership here. Your sense of doership ends when you come and sit in the class. You come and sit in the class, your sense of doership ends. After that, you just listen. After that, what happens? New things keep on. Things get poured, words get poured into your mind, and then you understand the whole thing. And then this is how the understanding takes place. So the understanding can take place totally only when there is no ahankara, or the ahankara is quiet. And same thing, when you want to reveal this thing, that time also what happens, the same knowledge which you had received, the knowledge is always there, and that knowledge is received, the knowledge is expressed through your mind and through your sense organs. So therefore, music also is expressed by Ishvara only. We can't take any credit for anything. Suppose if I compose a tune, it is not composed by me, it is revealed to me. That is why every knowledge is revealed knowledge. All Upanishads, all revealed knowledge. All mantras are revealed knowledge. All mantras, so many mantras are there, and they are all revealed knowledge. They were revealed to those rishis who had tuned their minds to. So that revealed knowledge is what? Revealed knowledge. All the mantras are all revealed knowledge. Mananat, and then when you contemplate on the meaning of those mantras, that the meaning of the mantras, which is actually all pertaining to Ishvara and which connects you to Ishvara, those mantras, they save you. Mananat trayate. So that is why it is called mantra. Mananat trayate. So it protects you when you do mananam. Mananam means when you do reflection on the mantra, and when you try to logically assimilate it, then your logic should be in keeping with the vision of the Shruti. If it is in keeping with the vision of the Shruti, then this Shruti Anukula Chintanam. You must have come across this phrase, Shruti Anukula Chintanam. Where does it come? It comes in Sadhana Panchakam. You must have studied this. I believe somebody took those texts for you, Sadhana Panchakam. Shrutimatas tarkonusandhiyatam. Take time. Shrutimatas tarka means the logic in keeping with Shruti. So may you understand the facts unfolded by the Shruti by the logic, and in keeping by logic which is in keeping with the vision of the Shruti. So that's why I said Shrutimatas tarkonusandhiyatam. So that is this prajnam. He who is it, then again, next beautiful word. This is a beautiful word. This Pranavartha Deshikam. So I told you, Omkara comes here, I told you. Pranavartha is Omkara. Pranava is Omkara. Pranava Artha. Pranava Artha means what? Pranava Artha means the meaning of Om. So what is meaning of Om? Suppose if you say somebody's name, you take somebody's name. Kumar. Kumar is what? Kumar is his name. That name, what it does, it reveals the person. The name reveals the person who has that name, who answers to that call. So like that, there's this. So therefore, the name rests in him. That particular name rests in that person. So like that, we have this pranava. Pranava is Om. Om is what? Om is the basis of all the sounds I told you. Akara, Ukara, Makara. When you open your mouth, with the least effort, you are able to utter the first sound. That is why is the first sound. With the least effort, the moment your mouth is open and you let out sound, and when you close your mouth, all sound ceases. So between this and all the sounds are. So therefore, all this ka 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 ga 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 ma 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 cha 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 cha, all this cha cha ja ja ta tha da da, all these letters are all sounds which come within this ambit, which comes within this and Because after you cannot sound anything. After closing your mouth, no sound can come. So therefore, from akara to akara to makara, within that thing, all the other sounds can come, and those sounds are represented by the letter U. Ma. Om. Is Om. So this has got three mantras, three matras. U and three matras it is. Pranava. So and then this is also the basis of all the sounds. It's also the basis of all the letters also. So since it's the basis of all the letters are what? All the letters can help you to identify various objects, because you use those letters in naming every object. You use those letters in the name of every object. Every name has got these letters. Every name. So therefore, all these objects, they have their name, and those names all resolve in Om. So all objects come from Om. If you look at it that way, then that Om can be a very fitting name for Ishvara. Om can be a very fitting name for Ishvara, because everything comes from him only. So that is why we have Om as the name of Ishvara. Om is Bhagavan ka naam. It's Ishvara's name. Om. So Pranavartha. And then what is the name of the meaning of that Om? What is the meaning of the Om? Meaning of the Om is Lord, Ishvara. Atma also is Om, because Atma has got, you have also got three matras there, in the sense that there is a waker, there is a dreamer, there is a deep sleeper. So the waker is the deep sleeper is and then the dreamer is represented by the word U. So Akara, Ukara, Makara are three matras. These three matras are there, and where all these things resolve, where these Jagrata Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Sushupti Avastha, where do they resolve? They all resolve in the Atma. So therefore, Atma is the resolving point, or Atma is the Adhishthanam. Atma is the basis of all these three states. So therefore, Atma also is Om. And Atma also is consciousness, Ishvara also is consciousness. So therefore, it is but natural that Atma and Ishvara have the same name, Om. That is how you have to look at this. The meaning of Pranavartha is this. That's why I am telling you this now. Pranavartha is put there. Pranavartha is what? Pranava, meaning of Pranava. Who is Deshika? Deshika is the teacher. The one who teaches me the name of, the one who teaches me this, the meaning of Pranava. Pranava is Om. Pranavartha Deshikam Bhaje. Pranavartha Deshikam Bhaja. May you worship him. Pranavartha Deshikam Subramanyam Shanmukham Bhaja. Then he is what? He is Guham. Guham means what? Guham means he is a secret. Why secret? Secret means he is Atma is not known. I am the Atma. I am Satchidananda Atma. Nobody knows this. When we are born ignorant. Not totally ignorant. I only know that I am. But who are you? I don't know. So therefore, I take myself to the body, and everybody helps me also. Everybody talks to me. They come to me. They address me. They pick me up. They talk to me, then they educate me. All these things happen. Everything is done with reference to what they relate to me because of this physical body-mind complex. So therefore, the physical body-mind complex, the Karyakarana Sangata is actually is there, and but it is not I. I is someone different, and so I is always hidden. I don't know. I not always hidden. It's not hidden. It can be unfolded, it can be explained, it can be told, the secret can come out, but every secret is called Guham. Guham means why Guham? Because the secret is a secret, because nobody told you, because you don't know about it. There are various reasons for a secret. Either nobody told you, or either they thought you are not good enough to understand it. Yeah, that's true also. In this childhood, nobody can, or they themselves did not know it also. My parents did not know that I am Atma Brahma. Otherwise, they could have told me. Even if they had told me, I would not have understood, because I was too small. So when I grew up, they should tell me. But when I grew up, they didn't tell me. That also is why did they not tell me? Because they didn't know. So therefore, this Atma Vidya is always a secret. That is why Guham. Atma is Guham. And then Pranavartha, then Guham, and then he is Guru Varam. So he is a teacher. He is a Guru. And what Guruvaram? Guruvaram means the best of all teachers, the teacher of teachers, the greatest teacher. He's the Lord, so therefore he's the best teacher. Guruvaram. And then Shuram, Shuladaram. Shuram is an embodiment of bravery, valor, courage, and all that. Shuram, Shuladharam. Shuladharam means he has got that Shula, he has got this scepter of justice or whatever you want to say. Okay, Shula is the Trishula that he has got, and Shuladharam, what is that called? Yeah, Veil of Muruga. The Veil Muruga. The Veil is a beautiful Tamil word. It is a beautiful word. It is Veil. That veil is Shula. I can talk Tamil here, now and because most of you know Tamil, so it's beautiful to talk to all of you. Veil Muruga.
Spear.
Sorry?
Spear for English. Spear. Spear.
Yes, spear. You can say spear. Yes, but why? And the veil, that word fascinates me very much.
Veil is
and in Bengal, they don't say veil. They'll say veil. Why? Because they do the va is not there in there. This one. They'll always say ba for everything, and for veil they say bhel. And bhel is a beautiful dish, where with all that and all those things, a lot of mixture is put there and a lot of chutney is put, and people enjoy that. That is called bhel. And then when that fellow sells that bhel, he has got a trishul on the vehicle that he's selling. There also he's got a trishul. There also there is a veil. And it fascinates me very much. Veil is Subramania's spear. Then there is Parataram Bhavatarakam. Parataram means he takes me across the ocean of samsara. So Parataram Bhavatarakam. Bhavatarakam means he releases me from the life of constant becoming. Bhavatarakam. He makes me go across the samsara. So he makes me tide over the sea of samsara. That means he makes me cross over birth and death, constant birth and death. The cycle of births and deaths, he puts an end to. So therefore, Bhaja Shanmukham, may you worship Shanmukham. I'll give you the tune. Then again next week I'll refresh it again. Okay, we'll go through the tune again, because I have now only 8 minutes. I've spent a lot of time in unfolding this song. The song is really fantastic. It has got a whole Veda Upanishad. It's like an Upanishad. A lot of things can be said. By Swamiji's grace and by the teaching Parampara's grace, I can talk on this song for 1 week also. But this is enough, so I'll tell you the tune now. Okay? The raga is Shanmukham Bhaja Shanmukham. Raga is Sindhu Bhairavi. I'll teach you the tune again also. Don't worry. It's not that I like to talk. It's not like that. There is a lot of material in this to be shared. So all of you are students of Vedanta. You like music. All of you are students of Vedanta. And the moment you hear this, the teaching should flash in your mind. That is called Mananam. That contemplation, it should help you to do that. When you put the song, in your sound system or something, you should be able to contemplate on the meaning. That is why I keep harping on so much of unfoldment. Okay. Shanmukham Bhaja Shanmukham, Shanmukham Bhaja Shanmukham, Bhaja Shanmukham, Bhaja Shanmukham. Shanmukham Bhaja Shanmukham, Bhaja Shanmukham, Bhaja Shanmukham. Sarvagam Shikhivahanam, Sarvagam Shikhivahanam, Shanmukham Bhaja Shanmukham, Sarvagam Shikhivahanam, Sarvagam Shikhivahanam, Shanmukham Bhaja Shanmukham, Bhaja Shanmukham. सर्वगं शिखिवानो षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखम् उन्मोचन प्रमोचनाय षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखम् उन्मोचन प्रमोचनाय षण्मुखं भज षण्मुखं भज षण्मुखम् सर्वगं शिखिवाहनो षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखं सर्वगं शिखिवाहनो षण्मुखं भज षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखम् सर्वगं शिखिवाहनो षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखम् उन्मोचन प्रमोचनाय षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखम् उन्मोचन प्रमोचनाय षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो उन्मोचन प्रमोचनाय षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो उन्मोचन प्रमोचनाय षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो सर्वगं शिखिवाहनो षण्मुखम् शरवण भव विभवो शरवण भव विभवो शरवण भव विभवो श्रुतजन सेवित चरणं श्रुतजन सेवित चरणं शरवण भव विभवो श्रुतजन सेवित चरणं शरवण भव विभवो शरवण भव विभवो श्रुतजन सेवित चरणो कामादिष्टनृपुनिधनो कामादिष्टनृपुनिधनो समाधिवेदगम्यो षण्मुखो कामादिष्टनृपुनिधनो समाधिवेदगम्यो षण्मुखम् कामादिष्टनृपुनिधनो समाधिवेदगम्यो षण्मुखो सर्वगं शिखिवाहनो षण्मुखम् सर्वजनमनोरञ्जकं राज्ञं प्रणवार्थदेशिकं सर्वजनमनोरञ्जकं राज्ञं प्रणवार्थदेशिकं सर्वजनमनोरञ्जकं प्राज्ञं प्रणवार्थदेशिकं गुहो गुरुवरो गुहो गुरुवरो शूरो चूलधरो गुहो गुरुवरो शूरो चूलधरो परतरो भवतारकं परतरो भवतारकं परतरो भवतारकं षण्मुखं भज षण्मुखं भज षण्मुखं सर्वजनमनोरञ्जकं प्राज्ञं प्रणवार्थदेशिकं सर्वजनमनोरञ्जकं प्राज्ञं प्रणवार्थदेशिकं गुहो गुरुवरो गुहो गुरुवरो शूरो चूलधरो शूरो चूलधरो परतरो भवतारको परतरो भवतारको परतरो भवतारको षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखं सर्वगं शिखिवाहनो षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखम् उन्मोचन प्रमोचनाय षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखम् उन्मोचन प्रमोचनाय षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखो भज षण्मुखम् Okay, prayer.
Okay, Swamiji.
Okay, prayer. The time is up now. 3 minutes more I've taken. So I'll continue with the song. Don't worry, I'll share the whole tune with you. I'll send the song also if possible, recording also. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavachyate Om Shanti 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 Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om.